Hey everyone! This is Livingstone Renovations, and we're here to make sure your roof doesn't pull a disappearing act. Today we're diving into the top 5 roofing fails you need to avoid this spring. We're talking leaks, DIY disasters, and enough cringe to make you want to replace your whole roof. Or at least call a professional. Trust me, you don't want to miss these mistakes and learn how to avoid them. We're going to show you what not to do so you can keep a roof over your head and avoid a roofing nightmare. First up, we've got shingle shenanigans. You see, shingles aren't just fancy roof scales, they're like puzzle pieces. You gotta place them right, or else, leak city. Imagine water just partying in your attic, ruining all your precious stuff. Picture Bob, your average Joe, trying to fix his roof. He's up there with a hammer, nails flying everywhere, and shingles going on every which way but loose. It's like he's playing Tetris, but instead of lines disappearing, leaks are appearing. Improper shingle placement is a recipe for disaster, folks. It can lead to leaks, water damage, and a whole lot of headaches. We're talking mold, mildew, and maybe even some unwanted critters seeking shelter. So what's the takeaway? Don't be like Bob. Get those shingles on straight, or better yet, call a professional who knows a thing or two about proper shingle placement. Alright, next up we're tackling the wild world of DIY roofing disasters. Look, I get it, you want to save a few bucks and channel your inner handyman. But trust me, roofing is not the place to test out your amateur skills. We've all seen those YouTube videos, right? Fix your roof in 5 easy steps. Yeah, easy for the guy in the video who's been doing this for years. In reality, it's more like 500 steps, a whole lot of frustration, and a high chance of making things worse. Imagine this. You're up on your roof, armed with a rusty toolbox and a can-do attitude. You start ripping off shingles, thinking you've got this. But then, bam! You realize you've bitten off more than you can chew. Suddenly, that small leak has turned into a torrential downpour, and your living room is now a swimming pool. DIY roofing might seem tempting, but it's a gamble you don't want to take. You could end up with more damage, a bigger bill, and a whole lot of regret. So, put down the hammer, step away from the roof, and leave it to the pros. Now, let's talk about those sneaky little devils, small leaks. They might seem harmless at first, just a little drip here and there, but trust me, ignoring them is like ignoring a ticking time bomb. Think of it like this. That tiny drip is like a little gremlin, slowly but surely wreaking havoc in your attic. It starts small, maybe a little water stain on your ceiling. But before you know it, that gremlin has invited all his friends over and they're having a full-blown rager in your insulation. Ignoring small leaks can lead to major problems down the road. We're talking rotten wood, mold growth, and even structural damage. So what's the lesson here? Don't underestimate the power of a drip. If you notice any leaks, no matter how small, address them immediately. Get a professional inspection and nip that problem in the bud before it turns into a full-blown disaster. Alright, let's talk roofing materials, shall we? You see, not just anything can be slapped on your roof and called a day. Using the wrong materials is like trying to build a house of cards. In a hurricane, imagine this. Your neighbor, let's call him Phil, decides he's going to save some money by using whatever he can find for his roof. We're talking cardboard, plastic sheeting, maybe even some old tires. I mean, hey, it's all waterproof, right? Wrong! Using the wrong roofing materials is a recipe for disaster. So, what's the moral of the story? Don't be like Phil. When it comes to roofing materials, stick to the good stuff. Shingles, tiles, metal roofing. You know, the things that are actually designed to protect your home. Last but not least, let's talk about ventilation, baby. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ventilation? That's boring. But trust me, this is important stuff. Proper attic ventilation is like giving your roof a breath of fresh air. Without it, things can get stuffy. And by stuffy, I mean moldy, mildewy, and downright disgusting. Imagine this. You open your attic door and bam! It's like stepping into a scene from a horror movie. Cobwebs everywhere, dust bunnies the size of small dogs, and enough mold to make a penicillin factory jealous. Poor ventilation traps moisture in your attic, creating the perfect breeding ground for mold, mildew, and all sorts of other nasty stuff. Not only is this bad for your health, but it can also damage your roof structure over time. So what's the takeaway? Don't let your attic become a breeding ground for creepy crawlies. Make sure you have proper ventilation to keep things dry and mold-free. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed these roofing fails and learned what not to do. Remember, a happy roof means a happy home, and nobody knows roofs like we do. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun roofing tips and tricks. We've got all the juicy details on how to keep your roof in tip-top shape. And if you need a free roof inspection, contact Livingstone Renovations LLC today. We'll send out one of our expert roof ninjas to assess the situation and make sure your roof is ready for anything.